5 minutes or so.
Thank you. I'm going to look at this application through the lens of NFPP policies, all of them, through court judgments, and look at recent appeal decisions. I'm Nick Wright, I'm from Mind the Green Gap. We represent the communities of Didcot and East Hagbourne. As we've just learned, 431 representations have been submitted and 99% objected. Let's be clear, this is speculative development. It is suggested that a site at a village parish in the rest of district is housing for Didcot. With 4,250 homes approved at Valley Park, also as housing for Didcot, no objectively assessed needs has been identified to justify this additional development. The Court of Appeal ruled in March that policies in local plans can still be given as much weight as local decision makers feel fit, even without a 5-year supply of housing land. The court specifically ruled that protection of green gaps can be, quote, given sufficient weight to justify the refusal of planning permission. Protection against coalescence is the first principle of the core strategy, which, quote, supports the character and distinctiveness of all our towns and villages. It is equally enshrined in the NPPF's core planning principles. Planning appeal decisions confirm that the harm created by the loss of green gaps, preventing coalescence between settlements, materially outweighs the benefits of additional housing, even where there is no 5-year supply. The application for up to 170 dwellings is at 34 dwellings per hectare. That is Great Western Park density. Fleet Meadow, the development adjacent to the scheme, is at 26. Building at densities so out of keeping with the immediate setting compromises the quality of the proposed design. SODC's drainage engineer explains, quote, the public open space and play areas are still located within such drainage areas where there is a higher likelihood of these areas not being usable after rainfall, like today, for example. The countryside officer confirms, quote, proposals provide the absolute minimum level of public open space and do not go any way towards addressing the requirements for green infrastructure, unquote. The environmental health officer said, quote, we believe the development will have a negative impact on the local air quality within Didcot. The area contains the only Grade 1 agricultural land surrounding Didcot. Appeal decisions confirm that the loss of BMV on this scale is significant. The application also fails to adhere to the additional NPPF directive to, quote, safeguard the long-term potential of best and most versatile agricultural land. The area of outstanding natural beauty, and I would draw the members' attention to the photograph of it, it's there in front of you, state cannot be ignored. Quote, the development would be contrary to the North Wessex Downs Management Plan, a document which the local authority has signed up to. The development cannot meet the environmental dimension of sustainable development and is not in compliance with the NPPF. Lack of infrastructure at Didcot is a huge and public issue, yet there is no legally binding Section 106 agreement in place, no draft agreement, not even a universal undertaking. The application therefore fails to secure 40% affordable housing, new primary schools, etc., etc. The committee will be aware that it has refused applications at Chinner, Tetsworth, Stadhampton and elsewhere where no Section 106 has been in place. Also, do not be misled. Developer contributions are not benefits gifted to the community, but to mitigate the additional strain that their development places on our communities. The location is unsustainable. This is not a matter of opinion, it's a matter for the Manual for Streets. It is not walkable. There will be no public transport serving the site from July. The result will be an over-reliance on private cars. Developments must also be economically, socially and environmentally sustainable. The courts require a, quote, cost-benefit analysis of economic sustainability. None has been presented. In its absence, no economist could recognise this development as economically sustainable. Social sustainability is, quote, development that reflects the vision and aspirations of local communities. This application patently does not. The environmental harms here are all too manifest. The Housing Minister, Brandon Lewis, has instructed decisions to, quote, take full account of the environmental as well as the economic and social dimensions of the development proposals.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. I'm afraid I've got to stop you there.
Okay, it fails sustainability.
Thank you.